Welcome back, everyone, and thank you so much for joining me here at the Galaxy with God Love Notes. Of course, I really want to thank you all for being a part of my journey, a part of my soul tribe, a part of this family. Welcome back, everyone, my new and returning subscribers. I really appreciate you all. I'm going to be doing a general reading for the collective energies just to see what comes out. Holy Spirit, what's the message, please? Okay. What are the messages, please? Okay. What are the messages? Okay. All right. What I'm getting here, someone wants to connect with you. This particular person wants to set a date, maybe even for a cup of coffee or something, but they want to meet up with you. This person is easily seduced. They are looking at you as being their type. They have a lot of appetite for you. Someone needs to heal. Someone is always in the energy of hooking up with people that is maybe in low vibration. However, they want to connect with you, even though they're still in their old ways, they want to connect with you. This person could have walked away from you at some point, leaving you brokenhearted, in deep pain, maybe even regret. Now, you are at a point where you're now healing your heart. You're now healing your broken heart because someone who was in very low vibration, or they attract people of low vibration to them, is now looking towards you as their teddy bear. Someone is behaving as if they had a chance to do better, they would have. That's what I'm getting. They want to blow you a kiss because they know you worth it. You are doing some self-reflection now, or this could be their energy, thinking back as to how they could have hurt you, broken your heart, damaged you, and now they are looking at themselves, looking at the wound or the wounds that they created for you, knowing that you were supposed to be a close bond. But because of their selfish way and always wanting to connect with something that is easy to reach, they hurt you. Yeah, they hurt you, but they're looking at you as unconditional love, or you were supposed to be their unconditional love. But time is moving fast, and someone could have stayed away from you for a period of time to the point where you have now been healed from your broken heart, no longer hurting. You could be letting go of all the resentment or the anger that you had towards this person, but you are now progressing throughout the entire situation. You could even be moving out to getting a new proposal, but they see you, or you're looking at them as they were supposed to be they were supposed to be a close connection to you. So you're looking at them as being a close connection, but you now have to move on because someone who you wanted to bond with or you were bonded with, a soulmate, could have broken your heart. You are now happier. You're now happy that you are, getting over the pain and you're now in your honeymoon phase, going into a new direction. They could have even think where you are going or where you are now is even paradise. Yeah. Time to heal, to do your shadow work. Yeah, so they could believe where you are or where you're headed is paradise. You're healing yourself, you're learning your self worth. You could be silent, not wanting to speak, even though you have a lot of people around you. You could be working on self to the point where you zone out everything else for a while. Anything else? Yeah, grounding yourself. So you're grounding yourself, being more stable. You could be growing into different direction of your life. You could be getting a new job, growing a channel, family, whatever growing or grounding might mean to you, you're working on yourself. And this is going to create a lot of abundance in your life. Just keep doing what you're doing. Anything else? What are the messages? Yeah, your soulmate. So they're looking at you because they're looking now as to the pain they cause, knowing that you were supposed to be a close connection, a soul contract that you have with this person, but they were so much in their ego, wanting shinier things, things that were easily caught, low hanging fruits. I'm getting things that are not challenging to get. So someone could have walked away and find something that they think was easily accessed. Yeah. So they cut down a relationship, a foundation. They gave you the silent treatment. Someone gave you the silent treatment, but now they're looking back at their error and they're wanting to make an amends. Yeah, they're looking at you. This person is coming up with very narcissistic energy, love bombing you at some point, or that's what they think they have to do now to get back into your energy. They are trying to, whatever they're doing, it's for their own benefit. You might not be benefiting from this, but this is what they want to do. Draw you in. Yeah. But you are ascending. You're moving away, moving into a different direction, starting a new phase in your life, and they are aware of this because they know you're working on your self worth. You could be no longer wanting to extend an olive branch to this person because you've done this so many times. You run out of option because they had options. They believe having you on pause, hurting you to go to other things or people or even situation was gonna be benefiting to them. So they hurt you, they broke your heart. But all they did in the process was to teach you how to love yourself. This was a toxic relationship, a toxic bond, a bond that was very abusive. It could even be a marriage or something that you invested in or wanted to invest in, but you had to let go. Feels like, or someone walked away, having you no choice than to keep on moving forward. Yeah, so this could have been a very shocking situation to you. You could have been shocked out of your wit, and that's the reason you had to leave. Whatever this shock was, I have the phoenix and the ship. You moved away so fast, you are now rising. You have a change of heart. After the pain, there was always a gain. You walked away. You rise from the dust. You were possibly on the floor being mopped away, people mopping you off the floor in your emotion. But you are moving into a new horizon. I have the phoenix here. New growth, new endeavor. So sometimes when some things, as I always say, come into your path, it was not meant to destroy you. It was just meant to clear away the weeds. And these are like storms or whatever come into your life. It was just meant to clear away the things or people that was no longer beneficial to your growth or that was gonna cause you harm. So you just had to let go. Yeah, this might be a shocking news for you, but whatever shock this was or shocking message or information you got about or about someone, it could have changed your mind, changed your heart, have you looking in a completely different direction. Because you now want to cut ties, even though at one point you really wanted to hold on and hold on tightly, but you realize you holding on is going to create more pain than if you let go. You did not let go because you were weak. You let go because you want your inner peace. You let go because you were hurting. You could not have withstand any more pain. So you let go. Not that you were angry, or you could be angry at some point, but you let go so you could grow. And you now growing, they're able to see you. And that's the reason the first card that came out was a date. They see you progressing, not regressing. So they see you moving forward. And now, the best revenge sometimes, not like revenge, but the best thing to do, say a person hurt you and walk away from you and do the worst to you because they want to see you fall. What I would advise is keep on lifting your head high because that's the best revenge you could give a person. Keep working on self, being the best version of you. So when they see you maybe a week or month or 6 months later, better than when they left you, they're going to be in a situation where if I had known, I would have stayed with this person because my life would be better. Look at him or her shining while I'm here stuck in the same mud, not able to lift my head. So that's the best revenge you could give anyone. Not that you're planning to do it, but just work on yourself to be the best version of you, the version that is going to appetize them. Yes, best version of you. Start making healthier choices. Start eating right, maybe exercise, finding yourself in very good company. You were brokenhearted, deeply saddened. So this is now someone else's energy. Yeah. Grief and despair about the breakup. So they walked away believing you were gonna fall or fail. But instead of you failing, you change, you transform from that old person that they left you maybe on the floor, mopped off the floor, crying over the place, trying to get help. You're no longer in that energy. You have evolved. You've seen the light, you've seen through the veil, you've seen through someone's narcissistic behavior and realize now, hey, I deserve better. So you deserving better, you're giving yourself the best, working on yourself, healthier choices. Yeah, grounding yourself, being more stable, not able, not wanting to be hurt anymore, thinking abundantly, putting on an abundant mindset, manifesting, moving yourself from the low energy to a higher point where you're now able to get your blessing. So sometimes people are in our lives and for some reason we are holding on to them tightly. But if you ever let go, you realize that you letting go is where your blessing starts. So you have to let go to realize your true potential, not being codependent on others or people being codependent on you. You let go. So holding on to something that is not good for you. What if something comes that's better? Where do you have to put it? You're gonna put it on your head, right? Or you're gonna take it. So sometimes you have to let go of things. It might be painful because, as I always say, you have a big heart, beautiful heart. You want to see things work out the way it's supposed to be, but not everyone comes into your life to stay. Some persons are just around to teach you a lesson, to give you the lesson that is good for your growth. They weren't there for a lifetime. They were there for a time, just for that moment. To accept them for what they bring to your life. Sometimes it's misery, I know, but accept them for that reason. because you've grown from it. Anything that does not kill you, you grow from it. Final thoughts? Yeah. So now what's left of you and them is just a memory. So someone could be reminiscing, thinking about, you, how good you were, how happy you were together, how much fun times you had, but now they're just left with the memories, or you're just left with the memories of them. Loving the memories, you just know have to live and learn from your past. As all this was a lesson, as I said, it was a karmic relationship. So you have to just live, learn, and accept the fact that not everything was meant to be forever. You could be moving on, looking back sometimes, wanting to even connect, but knowing that whatever they did, you might not be able, to overlook this. It is so deep, and this is a person's character because they might have done this more than once, over and over again. You forgive them, they keep doing it over and over again, finding themselves in bad company, being seduced by other people, trying to party while you're there waiting for change. And over time, it doesn't matter how patient you are, you're gonna realize your worth. You might be talking over a period. Can you do this? When you get silent, you no longer wanted to fight. The fight is over. You have already fought your last fight. You're now ready to let go. And you're gone. You are gone. You are gone. Yes, you are gone. You put a death to a situation. And this was something that you really wanted to grow with. But when you realize all your effort, all your fight, your struggles to hold on to something or someone who didn't even value you in the first place, so there was a tragic ending. There was an ending. Maybe they were the one who ended it, or you could be the one who finally put a nail in the coffin after someone walked away from you. As I said, this was painful, but you just have to learn your worth, knowing people are who they are. We can love them from afar, as I said before. Not everyone is meant to be in your life forever. Some was just meant to be a page of your book. Not everyone is gonna be there, even though that's your wish, that's your greatest desire. But sometimes God has something better planned for you after your lesson. You're gonna be walking into your abundance. Abundance could mean spiritual abundance, physical abundance, financial abundance, but you're gonna be walking with abundance. You've learned. So it's time to move on to your next lesson. Life is a lesson. This world, this earth is a school, as I always say. We learn, we live, we learn, and we move on to the next phase. Just like we born as a baby, we have to crawl, then we walk, then we go back to crawl. So life is a phase, it's a cycle. Anything else? The final cards? Yeah, life is a cycle, like you have to move on. Cutting ties, cutting people off. Not that you hold a grudge against them, but some persons are not meant to be where you're going at the same time with you. Sometimes you got to go first and come back for them, but everyone has a different purpose, a different dream, different aspiration, different road to drive, to walk on. But your role is to follow your own intuition, follow your heart after you have healed, follow your heart and move away from toxic people or situation that's no longer serving your highest good. It is so funny. My spirit guides told me this when when I channel message from them. You know, I was stuck in a situation where they wanted me to leave that particular situation, and they tell me you have to love yourself enough, love a person from afar, from a distance. You love them with all your heart. You pray for them behind their back. But in their presence, you just have to be a mute because you being muted, not that you're angry, but you're looking at them, you just be talking to God in your own words, asking God to save them, to forgive them, because obviously they don't know what they're doing. And you have people like this. It is so hard that you love people so deeply, and the people that you love the most has always been the person who is always hurting you the deepest. I'm hearing this song. I've heard this song in a very long time at this moment. What would you think I will do at this moment? I don't know the words. Anyways, yeah. All right. So collective. So it's time to move on from things, people, situation that is draining you, causing you pain. As much as you want to hold on because you have a big heart, sometimes we just got to cut our losses and move into the opposite direction. So if this is your reading collective, please let me know by commenting down below, liking, sharing, or even subscribing. Thank you again. Good night.